So welcome back to our franchise mode with the Boston Bruins trying to keep that window alive and active, and I think we do have a pretty good chance this season. Got some new coaches, I'll show you those in a second, but before we get too much deeper into it, guys, of course, hit that like button for the Bruins. Do it for the Bruins. Everyone likes the Bruins. It's your favorite team, right? Definitely not a disliked franchise by any means, by anyone. Particularly people in the Quebec area. That being said, I did want to reintroduce a challenge for you guys. We're bringing back the point scoring contests, of course. I was gonna bring them back. I was planning on doing a full season the last season, but that deadline just popped up way too many questions and we weren't able to get a trade through, so I didn't end up doing it. But basically, for those of you who are new here, the point scoring contest, essentially at this video, so at like the video where we usually do the free agency and then start the season, you will be making predictions in the comments. You're gonna guess one forward, one defenseman, and one goaltender, or basically two skaters. They can either be two forwards or a forward and a defenseman. And what you're doing is you're guessing who the leading point guys are gonna be. One of them has to be for this team, and the other one has to be for the league. So, for example, you can guess, you know, you could say Pastrnak is going to lead the team in points while, you know, as a forward, while Cale Makar is going to lead the league in points as a defenseman, or you could say Connor McDavid as a forward. You cannot guess two defensemen because the odds for that are, of course, slightly better. And you cannot guess the same person, but you can guess a, you know, let's say McAvoy or Lindholm is going to lead the team defense in points while Pastrnak is going to lead the league in points. You can do that, but you can't say Pastrnak will lead the team and he'll lead the league because, well, obviously, if he leads the league in points, he's leading the team in points. And for the goaltender, you're basically saying who you think the goaltender is throughout the league, who's going to have the best stats. So I hope I explained that well enough. Look in the comments. You'll see some of the OGs of this channel doing it. They know how this goes. And, yeah, so that's it. Make those predictions. Now, before we get too much further, before I show you guys the lines more in depth, I should say I did make a couple extensions, and I'm still questioning a couple more. I did want to see if Giroux was going to decline. He didn't, and he's maintaining potential, so I think I might offer him a year extension. And we'll look at Marchand in a second, but I extended Geeky, who's going to be making 1.6 for 2 years after this. I know I extended one other person. Was it Olmark? I thought I had one other skater, but maybe not. Okay, well, I did extend also Olmark for 2 extra years after this at 5.575. Like, it's not that much of an upgrade, which is kind of great, considering. Now, this is more... The Olmark contract's more insurance, right? Well, like, we'll likely trade him if we start the rebuild in the next year. If we fail this year, you know, there's guys we can trade and things like that. I do want to see... Okay, Marchand's still kind of wanting the same amount. Huh. We can wait, but I don't know if that's smart, too. Hopefully Giroux... Oh, Giroux wants such a good contract. Yeah, let's, this might actually change, because you saw as I moved up to 2, that price jumped up. Let's hope it doesn't. Let's hope we can sign him for this price tag, because that's 4.6. That's a obviously incredible contract. And these are just insurances. Like, maybe we're able to keep the window open another year. If so, we're probably going to want Giroux. Definitely, likely going to want Marchand. Or we're going to be able to trade them, right? So, we're just seeing what we're going to be able to do. The problem is, you know... JVR, will he maintain? We have a lot of kind of older guys who are playing core positions here, and the cap situation may kind of get a little nuts. Though we do have 3 mils still available, so we have some wiggle room to pick up another trade deadline acquisition. I think you have to extend Marchand. Like, there's no way you don't. Again, I don't know if I want to do 2 years. It is the cheapest though. And it should still be movable. It is the cheapest. We still have plenty of extension bucks remaining. The cheapest is to extend him for 2 years after this. Like, that brings him up really, really high. But if we do push that window open, we won't have to extend him again. And it'll be a slightly better price tag. We have the min-max at this point, so 2 by 8225. It's a lot, sure, but he's still 93. He's still got elite potential. It didn't drop down, so I'm going to do it. Yeah, you're interested. Don't worry. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. And we'll just see. We'll just see if we're able to keep this window open for, you know, 3, maybe 4 years. But that 4th year is going to be pushing it, right? Like, there's a lot going down here. We'll see what we're able to do. It'll all kind of depend on a variety of factors here. So, our depth is a slight issue. And you guys will get a look at that right now as I show the lines. So, we got Marchand, Giroux, Pastrnak, top line. JVR, Coyle, DeBrusk, second line. Pitlick, Zacha, Geeky. And then Boqvist, Gagne, Gregor. I don't have Boqvist here because it actually loses the +1. Pitlick's decent. His offensive stats aren't as good as Boqvist's, but I'm thinking that +1 is worth it. We'll see. Defensively, Lindholm, McAvoy, Carlo, Giordano, and then Forbert and Mitchell. Now, he is only a 79 listed as depth, but I think that's kind of what we had to do, right? I could get a top 6 right now, but that will give us no way of being able to get something at the deadline, and that might be necessary, right? If we have a major injury, like we did last season, I want to pick up a guy who can play this third line, maybe even play the second. We can bump back to Brusque. We want someone who can... It's probably here that we'll be looking, right? And then you could scratch Pitlick. He's listed as depth anyway. Or scratch Gregor. Like, you got multiple guys that you can scratch here, but it's not bad. This is definitely a playoff team on paper, right? You know, this has got to be a team that should, you know, make the playoffs on paper, but that's, you know, a far cry from having the impact and making the playoffs. We'll see what happens. Power play. Marchand, net front. Pastrnak in that middle. Giroux on the boards. McAvoy, DeBrusk, Giroux distributing, Pastrnak finishing, and also puck carrying. Marchand's that net front. Come on, he's got to be, right? Even though he's really good as a perimeter player on the power play in real life. But yeah, this is a video game. Second power play unit. It's not that great. It's just because there's really no X factors. Coyle, JVR, Boqvist, Zacha, Lindholm. It was gonna put like Geeky on where Boqvist is, but it was like a -3, so I got it to a -1. Lindholm distributing, JVR finishing, and I guess Coyle's puck carrying. I don't know. You're kind of a one power play unit team. No one cares about the 4-man. The penalty kill. Gagne, Marchand with McAvoy, Lindholm. This is just what EA said. Gregor, Geeky, Carlo, Gio, and then Pitlick, Boqvist, Forbert, Mitchell. Basically, this is all what EA said, and I looked at it, I'm like, it's fine. You know, whatever. We'll see. Extra lines. Giroux, Pastrnak. The defensive pairings will be the same. As 5-on-5, I mean. Coyle, Marchand. And then Zacha, JVR. Forward pairings, the same on the 3-on-3. And then McAvoy, Lindholm, and Giordano. Extra attacker, Pastrnak, JVR, who, as you see, is an 87. Got some stat growth. Shootout is that. This is exactly how EA put it, so sure. Olmark, Forsberg as the goalies, and Zboril, Lauko as depth pieces. So there we have it. The 24-25 Boston Bruins. Let's see. Let's hope those extensions go through as well. Scouts are all the same because you couldn't get any good ones in that second year. Marchand did extend, okay. I don't really want to give up that. Oh, that's not even the starter I'm thinking of, is it? Oh yeah, and another thing, all those guys who I tendered accepted their thingies. Their qualifying offers. This is actually kind of interesting. Do I want to give this guy up? Not necessarily. I did just pick him up in free agency. I'm really intrigued by... Okay, he's not as good as I thought he was, actually. Yeah. Kara. No. No, that's... No, I don't want to give up those guys for that. But hey, I was actually interested. Is all the extensions through? I guess. Yeah, no. Giroux. Okay, I'm just gonna clear this. I probably won't be interested in much that was like those one out of 100 EA trades that made me think. Half the time they're bullcrap. But let's just clear this all out now. Okay. I think we're ready to go. I'm just making sure all those extensions and stuff went through. They look like they did. Now that we have picks, though, I'll actually do some manual scouting and things like that. As you can see, we have our first, no second, but we have a first, so it's enough to make me want to be scouting on my own. Last year, it really didn't matter. And then I screwed up and couldn't get that goalie. That's okay. All right. Let's do it. Let's do that hockey. See what happens here. We'll get that first month and a half or 2 months done. Check some stats. We have the new coaches. Our head coach is a forward-based coach. I just thought, I don't know. I liked him the best. And he fit in with our scheme the most. So we'll see what happens with that. Let Auto Scout do this first little bit. Not a bad start. Not amazing, but now we're starting to get things going. Forbert battled through a minor injury. There we go. Now we're starting to get it going. That's a bit unfortunate. Out till November 19th, although I don't think we're in November yet, actually. So that's a rough one. Lauco can play middle. I think we just slide everyone. Oh, this is going to mess with my lines. Hold on. Let me just put Lauco in there and see. Because honestly, let's be real. Pasta and Marchand should be fine there on their own. Oh, yeah, he's not out for that long at all. I'm not even going to bother adjusting my lines. Good year for rookies. Giroux's back after this game, so he should be ready for the tail end of this back-to-back. Lauco out a goal in 3 games. Not bad. There we go. Giroux's back in. Tough couple losses there. 3 losses. Now McAvoy out. Again, not for too long, but these are not injuries we necessarily want to see. We'll just throw in Zboril. Where the heck is he? Lefty? Yeah. There we go. Needed those couple wins. Good goaltending in those two. And McAvoy's back. So there we go. Come on. Alright, there he goes. It's like you don't need a +5, but I don't get real pluses on the second pairing. Like, I already tested it, so it's like, alright. Whatever. 15-5-3. Really good start. Top of the division. I just caught that. Actually tied with the Red Wings. And the Sabres, Leafs, Senators, Panthers, Lightning, Canadians all down there. Yeah, good. Fuck the Canadians. In their bullcrap. Suzuki playing like freaking Gretzky. Someone did the math, I think, on my Twitter. Was it, or maybe it was in the YouTube. I think it was actually in YouTube comments. I think, was it Cody? Cody, was that you? Someone did the math, and it's like, he's not playing like McDavid. He's actually playing like Gretzky. He's getting 2.25 points per game or something stupid. Ridiculous. All right. Well, Pasta's killing it. Look at that ratio. That's a great ratio. 391, 287. Power play's not great, but 5-on-5's awesome. And penalty kill's good. Only one shorty for him, but we don't really have too many of our skill guys in there. That's fine. Have a good penalty kill. That's really good. Yeah. Alright, I like it. Don't want to touch a thing. Pasternak has 35 points. Marchand with 32. Giroux with 22. DeBrusque 19. JVR 16. Coyle 12. Ooh, you could argue some depth scoring is a little bit down. That was going to be the case with the with what our lineup's looking like. McAvoy's 18 points. Lindholm has 14. Good pluses all the way across, though. And, oh, shit. Someone even fucking reminded me. And I didn't do it. Idiot. Idiot, Cyn. You dummy. Oh, boy. I knew I was forgetting something. Rip. Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, Old Mark had a 909. Forsberg did great in the partial appearance he had. Alright, let's go. We'll go one more month here. See if we keep this up or if we slump or what. And we will be able to get some scouting in here. Alright. That's a nice elite right there. I'm gonna pin him, and we may be able to move for him. Like, he's outside the top 5. Maybe. I don't think he's a high top 6. That's gotta be a high 9 right there. That's interesting. I want to look at that. Like, he might be only top 6, but we have seen medium elites appearing around there. For sure. A lot of unknowns. A lot of unknowns. But some of these are really good areas. Like right here, I want to see about any low elites. If we have a very late first, those are the guys we're targeting. And also, any top 6 with X Factors. Although, I don't know if they'll have them. Seems like EA has, like, really dialed back on what they're given as X Factors and are leaning more towards them earning X Factors, but I don't even think that's fully been implemented. Because they're waiting for the whenever patch, which, yeah. It's showing low, but it's seeming like he can't be, but I'm going to interview him anyway, because it may be false. Although they are quite late. Alright, let's go to potentials here. Okay, nothing in prime real estate yet. I'll do this guy even though he's quite late. Usually after 150 you're not finding the medium elites, but you never know. The good range for the medium elite skaters is like 100 to 150. Sometimes it can be a bit early, like 80 to... I'll say 80 to 50, but it depends on the draft class. Depends on how strong it is, how deep it is. Guys can appear earlier or later. 90, probably not a low elite. That's too early. Usually 125 and after for the low elites to come back. You have the range of, like, I'd say 20, 25 to about 45 is that first range of low elites, and then the second range is usually 125 plus, but mostly in the 6-7 round. They can be earlier, but it's slightly more rare, which is interesting. And I'm just kind of scouting all these guys. I know they're... It's also a new game. Maybe they changed the draft. LOL. Let's skip the real people. I would love to focus on the EA-generated guys. They have better chances of being cool stuff. But again, sometimes the second draft year, at least in the case of last year's game, the second and the third draft year at times were just garbage. Because they still had a lot of the quote-unquote real players, so... It was just kind of just, they're just getting thrown in everywhere. You'd see AHLs in like the 4th round, 3rd or 4th round. I'm just kind of going ham. Just throwing stuff at the wall here. And don't worry, I will be editing out. This is what I usually do. I'll show what I do for the first scouting thing. I'll edit out the next one. So you guys can get an idea of how I like to scout. Alright, we can skip the rest. There's a low right here. And he's real. John Emery could be a top 6. I don't know, I have seen medium elites appear in 40 to 50 range. It's quite rare. And I don't expect it in this kind of draft year where there's a lot of real dudes. But you never know. Okay. Got a few potential 2-tick 9s here in the prime real estate. We'll see. I would love to get one. Just give me one medium elite steal. That would kill it. Bit late, but I'm doing it anyway. It really should show your highest grade first and not alphabetical order for these stupid scouting things. I'm not thinking to, like, you know, have to worry about who's scouting it. It should, like, default to the highest rated guy. If I want someone else, though. Oh, whatever. Let's shout into the void about things that isn't going to be changed for another year at least. I don't even know this guy's overall because you can't see it. So you hope that it's better than C. It can't be worse with the way our scouting pool's designed. There we go. Then better. He's in an interesting spot, but he's already been looked at. One tick outside range, and that's it. Okay, moving on. Tough loss against New Jersey, then we shut out Toronto. Still doing pretty good, although this month looking like it's not going to be as good. Well, at least the start. Giroux out again. Second time he's been injured here for a couple games. I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to throw in Lauko. And then get rid of the glitch. Stars have fired their coach. Interesting. Are they shit in the bed? I think Giroux just missed, like, what, 2 games again? Lauko. Come on. Oh, my God. 3 points now in 5 games played. Not bad. Not bad depth. That's what you want. I mean, yeah, he's playing with Pastrnak Marchand, but... Okay. And we won those 2 games as well. 25-8-3. We have a very similar record at this time that we did last season. I will say that. And our locker room chemistry is better. Oh, yeah, I actually didn't. I did make adjustments to the captains. I looked at morale. Noticed that Giroux was a leader. And Giordano was... Oh, actually also a leader. So I gave those 2 A's. And I kept, obviously, Marchand as a captain. But I wanted to see what that would do. If that would help us at all. Throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. I'm going to check progress reports real quick. I don't expect to see much. But really that low elite is who we're looking at. All this is stat growth. Brunette, 60, might make it. Kapanen, starter's growing, but unfortunately, okay, he's growing a tiny bit. Tiny bit, okay, not much. Not even worth checking, 2 ticks. Okay. I could check points again, but it seems like everything's going swimmingly. Let's just get up to the deadline. And see where we stand at that point. There it is. Let's go 2 days before just to be safe. I don't know why I think the Sim's like going to betray me at some point. Oh, that's a real concussion for Hampus Lindholm. Out till essentially February. Okay. It's only a +1. I could stick Zaborlin. What's that do? Okay, there's no way it's a 0. It's at least a plus something. Yeah, Zaboral's gonna be on the second power play, whatever. Yeah, he's essentially out for a full month. Okay, it's just a mild concussion for Gio, but that's bad timing. Now I'm glad I didn't move him up. I was just like, let's see what we do. That's why you got depth. Sometimes I don't want to touch it. It's all about the playoffs for us, right? So we don't care about regular season. Lauko, play defense, sir. It's a +2, by the way, for McAvoy and Zaboral. All right, Gio's back. Ooh, menu lag. All right, there he goes, back in. He is a minus, but it's only -1 in 4 games. Can deal with it. Overall, we're still killing it. What the hell's going on? Oh, scouting. That was weird. I thought it was like gonna freeze or something. Alright, let me do this scouting real quick. Alright, continuing on now. It's like glitched out on my screen. Okay, Lindholm's back. I have no clue what's going on, so I want to stop it. Lindholm's back. That's good. How did Zaboral do? 2 points, +1, 12 games played so far. I think he slotted in at some other point too, but... Alright, Lindholm, back in you go! And I stopped the sim right before the All-Star break. No, it's a pretty good month. Yeah, only 2 regulation losses and an overtime loss. Oh, 2 overtime losses. Yeah, pretty good. All right, past the All-Star break now. Up to the deadline. I just want my camera following. Big win over the Isles. Come on, baby. Sub 20. You know what I want? Oh, we should hit it. Ah, oh, damn. The old guys. The old guys are getting banged up. Zaboral gets the slot in again. At least our depth's getting a lot of playing time. Oof. There's no way, right? Yeah, it should be. I'm guessing that's a 0. Glad to see that glitch is still in the game, though. That's one of my favorite things. At this point, it's a feature, not a bug, right? It's been in for, what, 3 years? See, 0. I like how I'm like, I can just look by the chemistry bars and, like, guess what it really is. That's how used to it we are at this point. My God. This is a dominant. We're better than last season. How are we better than last season? Stop it, Gio! I should just sit him till the playoffs at this point, man. Fuck. He'll get all demoralized, but... Ugh. LTIR Wenny, eh? There we go. 43, 11, and 7 at the deadline. That's one of the better deadline records I've had, even considering last season's game. My God, 93 points. We are well and truly above all else. 12 points ahead of the next closest person, which is the Oilers. Whew. We're not going to be able to break, obviously. I think we're already... See, remaining games is 21. Even if we won every single remaining game, we still wouldn't beat the Boston Bruins record of last season. Isn't that insane? Wow, what a year. Ended in horrific disappointment. 3-7-7 goals for, 2-6-6 goals against. Power plays hanging tough there at like around 20%. I'm okay with it. Penalty kill's really good. I hope it probably means it's going to shit the bed in the playoffs, but it's just how it is. 9-1-0 in the last 10. Let's see how we stack up to everyone else. Now's a good time to check. Near the end of the season, top offense. Second best defense. Just outside the top 5 in power play. Wow. And penalty kill. The #1 penalty kill. We are... This team is legit. But it doesn't matter unless we find that playoff success, right? Like, it's gotta happen. Marchand was 73 points. Pasta was 72. JVR 54. Yeah, it does drop off pretty steeply after that. DeBrusque 52. Giroux 50, but he is in 56 games played. 44 for Coyle. 39 for Zaka. Yeah, I think a third line pickup would do wonders. Gives us a hell of a lot more option. Like, yes, maybe right now we don't need the goal scoring, but you want options in the playoffs, right? Unless we want to try to do what Montreal did and just see if Marchand and Pastrnak can carry, but it wasn't like Montreal ended up winning the cup, right? McAvoy, good God. 55 points in 59 games played. May actually, nah, probably not. There's going to be people with like 100, like, defensemen like 90 plus points, I'm sure, but dude. Get that plus minus up. You may have a shot at the Norris. Game loves its plus minus. 918 for Olmark, 915 for Forsberg. It's pretty freaking good. Pretty freaking good. And yes, if it sounds like I'm pronouncing Forsberg weird, I'm trying my best to get like the proper Swedish pronunciation. My girlfriend tried to teach me, and it's weird. It is weird for my mouth and tongue to try to do. So if it bugs any Swedes out there, me even attempting it, you can ask me to stop. Though I do like, I don't know, it's a thing. It's a thing for me. I like to try to get names as close to how they pronounce it, right? I always found it weird that we have like different names from countries that like they have for themselves. Like, why do we call it Finland? It's Suomi, right? Why do we call it Italy? It's Italia. Spain, it's España. Like, it's weird. It's kind of weird, right? We're like, fuck your country name. We're gonna call it this. Very interesting. Anyway, going off on a tangent there. Good stats, boys! Good stats. So, we'll take a look. Again, we're gonna stop here, for one, the point scoring contest, and for two, trade deadline could take a while if we're looking for something very, very specific. Now, we're likely looking for a third line type scoring. The question is, what do you want it to be? What player type? I'm thinking it has to be like a playmaker type. Because we got playmaker, power forward, sniper, sniper, two-way, sniper. That seems like what we could use a bit more of, you know, a little bit more passing type stuff. And because if we need him on that, you know, second line, that's fine because he's got a power forward and a sniper. Or no matter what, like where you go, either two snipers or a power forward sniper. On the first line, he can either replace Giroux or be two, you know, two playmakers with sniper. The power forward, yeah, that's where it gets a little interesting. If Pasta goes down, pray to baby Jesus that doesn't happen. But I think that's got to be the thing we go for. We could always, you know, throw another sniper up, right? Like mix things up. I think it gives us the most flexibility. I think pursuing another playmaker would give us the most flexibility. Because, yeah, we are lacking the stamina on that third line. That's for damn sure. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get two. I was like, can I get two players? No way. Not with 3 mil cap space. So let's, we'll do a search. We have a good idea what playmakers are available, but... And we will do, let's still do max 2 years. Blake Wheeler's still a thing, man. Not too sure about that price tag. Or, not the price tag, if that was like a year, that'd be, yeah, but dude, he's got like no value. How are the Rangers looking? Probably good. And I doubt they want to give him up, yeah. Highly doubt they want to give up Wheeler, especially at that price tag. But, I mean, he's obviously gettable. Zuccarello in San Jose. This would cost our first. If we're going for, How's Washington doing? Good. Damn. That was gonna... That could have been real nice. I do like Zuccarello. I don't like the extra year, but again, won't be the end of the world. The only problem with that is there's no way you're gonna get retention, right? Unless you really, really oversell. Or overbuy. Overspend, whatever. You get Taylor Hall back. Does he not have X Factors? Okay. Howla. I highly doubt they want to give him up. And I'd like the person to be able to take face-offs. Man, Backstrom is sick, but goddamn Capitals are doing too good. He's got no value, though, so it's like we can go crazy and spend on it. We need him to retain, though, so... What are they looking like? What else do they have? Oh, he's our 4th best... Oh my god, how do they have the record they have? How do they have the record they have? Okay. Yeah, I highly doubt they want to give up their 4th best forward. Or unless Strome is over him. How many points does he have? Oh, he's only got 37, so he's probably... It says second line and second power play. Maybe that's true. Thing is, if we go for Backstrom, you have to get him to retain. Just to make it comfortable. I know it says I still don't trust it, even when it says it's under cap. Like, look, how are we going up to 5... How the hell are we going up that high? Right? That's weird, anyway. Because we're probably not going to give any cap away in this trade, so... To be safe. And this is likely going to cost your first. I'm not completely opposed to that. The goalie's not going to be enough. We really don't have a whole lot. You don't want to give up Frolov, although he hasn't really grown. You could throw in Frolov. That's it. That's it. A first, Frolov. Maybe the starting goalie, though he doesn't have much value. Hello, Greaves, 81. Man, that was a great free agency pickup, wasn't it? Holy shit. Like, he could actually go to the Magic 83-84 to be a cheese goalie. It's kind of insane. And, oh my god, DiPietro's an 80. Goaltenders of the future? Greaves, DiPietro? Fuck me, man. The rebuild might be real quick. Oh, man. Yeah, so that's, like, there's Backstrom still an option. There's some other stuff there as well. But some of the ones you're getting to the point of, like, not that big of an upgrade. Benberg. Let me also change something else. Let's do that. I wanna love to pick up someone with an X Factor too. So let's see the X Factor guys available. Zuccarello. He's another really good option. We don't technically need to retain. I didn't want to do player info. It's like, say, throw Zuccarello in. Sharks are bad. Why do you want to hold on to this guy? An aging star, even though he's got an extra year left. We're willing to pay. And honestly, since I'm getting an extra year, I'd throw the first in. They want that first. Ooh, that's actually not enough. If they wanted to give up Zuccarello, it likely would be. But, like, yeah, we could probably make that work. Throw in that bottom six, maybe the starting goaltender that we draft. I think we can make that work. So that's another option. Those are right now the two most likely options that I'm seeing, is just overpaying for retained Backstrom. Because fuck the Caps. And this is it. Okay, so with the X Factors, these are all the guys that have X Factors that are available. Now, there was more. Does Backstrom not have an X Factor? Huh. Okay. So, yeah. Now, putting Zuccarello on the third line, you can be like, oh, that's questionable. But we could also shift the Brusque back to the third, right? Like, there's a lot of options we have with that. Backstrom's more of the true, you know, play on the third line, move them up when you need them. But either way, it gives us a hell of a lot more depth. DeBrusk isn't a big goal scorer. He's got a great amount of points, which is good. Maybe he'll get more stat growth. And he's got a lot of years left. So yeah, those are our deadline options. You guys, let me know what you think. And before we actually end this too, I want to give you guys a look at what I've been scouting here. I doubt we really have much uncovered. But there's a deep first round. Santovari and Rutu are pretty damn good. You know why? Because they're Finns, baby. Boom. I knew we'd find one. So this is the argument of don't give up your first, right? There's guys available now. You gotta weigh the thing. Do we not potentially pursue someone in free agency because we want to do this? Or do we use Frolov to make the trade? Because he hasn't grown a ton. He's still 66, right? We can keep an eye on him. So that's that. Let me just go by potentials here. So we got him at 16. Okay, nothing in the mid-rounds, as I kind of expected with the way the scouting had been going. Possible low elite there. These ones, not so much. Yeah, not a crazy amount, but that is what it is. Okay, so that's what we're looking at, guys, at the deadline here. Let me know what you think about those potential trades and potential ways forward. I know, like, part of me is like, do you want to make a trade and, you know, split this lineup up? But remembering last season and the fact that, like, we lost some kind of key pieces at key times. Maybe we do. Maybe we do want to just bolster it a little bit. It'll make the third line look better and give us a lot more flexibility to, you know, if we have an injury to the top 6. So let me know what you guys think about all those potential trades and potential ways forward here at the deadline. Hit that like button. I'll see you in the next one.